Welcome in, Kuma Crew. I am, as always, Annakuma, and today we're talking about a game. For sure a game. Well, a demo to a game. For sure a demo. That game, as you already know because of the title of this video, is Mutants Ate My Carrots. And this was a trip the first time I played it, and even more of a trip the second time I played it. But this is another one of the final set of last year's demos finally being reviewed. This one will be a little late as it is slated for an October 1st release, and I have Old Skies coming out on the 1st of October. But I also am only writing this a week before the 1st of October, so yeah. Mutants Ate My Carrots is a humorous and ugly tale. You play as this buff-ass rabbit here who wakes up to find his carrots are gone. The demo basically has you try to find out who stole your carrots, and yeah, you meet people, and you get to kick things. Now, violence and point and clicks is becoming more of a thing. The first game I personally saw do it myself was Broccoli Investigator, though I know Harvester back in the 90s also had a combat system in it, because I've played that game now, and that's a review that's coming. I never actually finished Broccoli Investigator either. I never got the real ending. I need to go back to that one day. But Broccoli Investigator had an arcade fighting, beat-em-up style combat system in the game. You went around and you beat people up, like you would in Streets of Rage or something like that. Mutants Ate My Carrots gives you attacks you can do at random, but sometimes you have to actually solve a puzzle first, so that you can get a punch in the first place. Characters that you need to fight will end up with these red dots above their head. Very often, you'll have to weaken them first, and then you get to kick or punch them. Your skills are handily ready there at the top of the screen when you put your cursor up there, along with the inventory. It really does suit the overall look of the game as well. Now, I'm going to be honest, I hated nearly every moment in the demo. It wasn't a bad game, but the art style and comedy weren't really something I was interested in. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't vibe well with me. That being said, I kept playing the game because there was something about the gameplay that I really enjoyed, and I did in the end start liking the comedy too. As a puzzle game, it is really solid, easy to follow logic to any given problem in front of you. The cursor changes whenever you hover over anything, so if you can't pick it up, you'll have a hand, if you can look at it, it'll be something else, and so on and so forth. You even have carrot lips to talk, and that was weird, but I liked it. This is the very simplistic style a lot of point and clicks go for these days, and I like it. I like keeping it simple and easy. That's not to say that Mutants Ate My Carrots is just simple and easy, because as I said, there is a combat-based system in the game too. Sometimes you just need to add that one twist to the game instead of overcomplicating everything, and that's what Mutants Ate My Carrots did. They keep puzzles and mechanics simple so they can add the combat in, and it just works. It became very obvious that the people that made the game knew how to make a good point-and-click game, and that overrode my dislike of the world that they were building. Because that is just superficial, whilst a good game is going to be a good game regardless. Not only that, but what I did very much enjoy was the end of the demo. Seeing us taken away and then meeting the mutants with this guy just lying on the floor with a little hand puppet coming out of his stomach was freaking weird as hell, and I'm down for weird. Mutants Ate My Carrots, most importantly, just felt fun to navigate. There was no double click to instantly leave a screen mechanic, but that's fine. The walk animation isn't too long or drawn out to watch, so you can watch it without being too annoyed. There were a lot of really fun characters to interact with, and a lot of lore already being given on the characters and the world and everything else. Our main Bun here ain't a bad main character either. I'm quite interested in what happens when he comes face to face with the mutants that ate his special carrots. I will say that I had a few moments where I clicked on items in the inventory, but it didn't really register that I clicked or hadn't changed the cursor out all. This was in my second playthrough. I don't know if that happened in my first, and I didn't record the second one. Hopefully that isn't too much of a thing, but it also didn't really affect much. You just end up clicking on an item a bunch and waiting for it to register, which is fine, I guess. There is no voice acting, which I think is fine. I don't really think the game needs it. I don't think it will add anything to the game. The music track is very repetitive though, but it also kind of just turned into background noise that I wasn't super registering as I played. It would be something if I streamed it that would become a meme with my chat though, because whilst it is a bop, it's not a bop after 30 minutes of listening to it. It also weirdly both fits and doesn't fit the game at all, which is unique. The demo also had no options whatsoever, and I'm not sure it has a save feature. When you exit the game, I guess it autosaves and you press continue and it comes back, or at least to when you maybe enter a screen. I don't know if they're going to add saves to the game or if there are going to be any options, but for the demo there isn't. As I said before, the inventory is at the top of the screen along with the skills for fighting, but you can also scroll the mouse wheel and just go through the inventory as well, which is much simpler and probably the way I'll be playing it. That being said, the UI is pretty nice and really well done actually. It really works having it be dropped down like this, and I love how big and chunky the icons look, so you always know exactly what the item is. I don't know, I went into this game thinking I'd hate it, because of the art style mainly, but I ended up being really impressed with it. It isn't a game I plan on streaming because I do feel my viewers might get annoyed with the soundtrack if it is just this one looping song, but I will be picking it up and playing it myself personally because I quite liked it in the end. In fact, to a point, I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to play this for myself and not for other people for a change, which is weird, seeing it's not one of my most looked forward to games, but I'm really looking forward to playing it personally and having a private, fun time with it. So maybe I like it a lot more than I thought I did. If you are interested in this game, the demo is still available, but the game might also be out by the time the review is out, so the demo might be gone. Either way, the store page will be in the description below, so go check it out. That is all I have time for today, though. If you would like to continue to support this bear here in all their glory, I guess this is glory, then please leave a like, comment below on whether you'd eat his carrots, his actual carrots, not something weird, and then subscribe. Also, leave a follow over at twitch.tv/Annakuma, where I play games 5 days a week, and look below for more links to my socials and my Patreon. Till next time, thanks for watching as always, and bye-bye.